everybody, my name is Sarah Monan Smith. This is the ipTables Lab Guide by Linux Kernel Firewall Configuration. The iptable is a command line utility for configuring the built-in Linux kernel firewall. It enables administrators to define chain rules that control incoming and outgoing network traffic. In this lab, you will learn how iptables can be used to manage access to services provided by a server. So, lab environment, you'll be using Ubuntu SSH source and Ubuntu SSH target virtual machine to make sure to record a video covering all the following steps. And the first step is install iptable persistent. The iptable is already installed on Ubuntu, but we want the rules to be saved across the reboot. We need to install the iptable persistent. So we go ahead and copy this. And we're gonna paste it on Ubuntu SSH target virtual machine. Ubuntu SSH target. So we open up the terminal. Once it's open, maximize it. You're going to paste that in there and press enter. It's going to ask for a password. Now we're going to go ahead and install those. Fetch 9,866 KB in 3 seconds. Okay, so giving us a configuring table persistent notice. Our current iptable rules can be saved to configuring file iptables root.v4. These rules will be loaded automatically during the system startup. Rules are only saved automatically during the package installation. See the manual page of iptable save A for instructions on keeping the rules files up to date. Save the current IPv4 rules and we press yes by pressing enter. And continue on with the installation. Okay, the next step is on the same virtual machine, the Ubuntu SSH target. We're gonna run sudo systematic1 enable net filter persistent. And this is for the save iptable root to be reloaded automatically across reboots, and we need the net filter persistent service. Make sure you're on the Ubuntu SSH target. Okay, moving forward, we're gonna view current rules by running this command. So we're gonna go ahead and copy that. And on Ubuntu SSH target, we run this to check these rules. So we have a few over here. We have chain input policy accepted, the chain forward policy accepted, and chain output. Okay, let's move forward from here. So we have input, forward, and output are chains for incoming traffics. So I already have that. Now we're gonna go on the same virtual machine and install Apache 2 web server, Apache 2. Let's go over here, this side in. Okay. Going through. That is successfully done. Okay, after running this command, open the Firefox and visit the HRBP localhost. And you should see the Apache 2 default page. So we go over here and open Firefox. I'm not sure there Firefox over here. Okay. We're gonna go on here. You should see Apache default page. And copy this right here. And this is the Apache 2 default page. This default welcome page to test the correct operation of Apache 2 after installation of Ubuntu system. Alrighty. Let's move forward. Now you can switch to Ubuntu SSH source. Open the Firefox and visit this right here. Replace the IP address with your real IP. Okay. Okay, let's make sure we have the IP address and we write it down because we need the Ubuntu SSH target IP address. So we're gonna copy these and we're gonna go on Ubuntu SSH source right here and open up Firefox. We're gonna paste this over here. Remember, we gotta replace it with the IP address of our Ubuntu SSH target. So we gotta go back to the terminal. And find that IP address. This IP address is right over here. Okay, we're gonna write this down just in case you won't be able to copy it. 168.191.130. And now we're gonna go on Ubuntu SSH and take this off. And just put down our IP address. 168.191.130. Press enter. I'm not so sure why it's giving me this. IP underscore. Okay, let's go see what's going on. Can see some pages. Let's disable the remote. go to SSH. Okay, replace it with the IP address. This is just giving me some really odd vibe. This one, is that supposed to be an S? Ubuntu SSH target underscore IP address. Do you mean by Ubuntu? Okay. Not sure what I should see at this page, but that's what it shows when you enter this right here. Okay, let's go. So after that, let's disable Ubuntu SSH. Okay, disable the remote access to Apache 2. So on Apache SSH target, we're gonna run this command, the sudo iptables. So make sure we go on Ubuntu SSH target and run this right here. Okay, to reject it. Okay. And no, I'm not really comfortable right now with this because we should manage to see something when we enter this on Firefox. Apparently, we're not missing anything, which is unfortunate. It's not working. HTTP. No. Just what's going on. Replace your real IP. You should see the same. Okay, let's see what's going on. So instead of this, maybe just this. There. There. So it's showing us a few things. And now it's telling us to go turn it off on Ubuntu SSH. So after we run this command right here, it should reject it. And it says, okay, sudo iptable, now you can rerun this and get an error. Okay, go back on the SSH source and rerun this. It should give us an error. Yay! Unable to connect. Okay, moving forward. On Ubuntu SSH, run this one right here. This ruse. On Ubuntu SSH target, we run these. Okay, that's successfully moving forward. Now, Ubuntu SSH source, you should be able to see the default page again. Let's go and find out. Unfortunately not. Ideals of deletions too big. Okay. Now upon SSH, you should be able to see the default page again. You gotta make sure when you see the default page. You're refreshing this. Okay. There. Default page again. Okay, so I managed to see the default page again. Next one, we're gonna allow or block traffic SSH. By default, SSH connect on Ubuntu is allowed on Ubuntu SSH source. You can SSH into Ubuntu target. So we go on Ubuntu SSH source this time and run this. And disconnect Ubuntu SSH target by press Ctrl D. Replace your username and IPG with your actual values. Okay. Username and IP with your real values. Oh, great. Our username is SERAMMS. Okay. So we're gonna Control D to clear this out. I meant to do that. And then it tells us to go to the terminal on Ubuntu SSH. The terminal. And on the terminal, on Ubuntu SSH, we're gonna run the SSH username and the Ubuntu SSH target. So we're gonna type SSH. My username is Sarah MMS at the IP address. That's our IP address, which is 192.168.191.130. Okay, prompt for a password. There you go. Okay, we run that. Let's try to disable SSH access. On Ubuntu SSH target, I'm gonna run this right here. And it's very crucial to pay attention which virtual machine we should run these. So we're going to go to SSH target and run this command. There you go. Now upon to SSH, let's run the same command that we run. Now you should see on your SSH connection is rejected. Okay, now let's go to Ubuntu SSH source and we run this again. Just rerun the same command. SSH. What's going on? Okay. Close terminal. Something wrong with my terminal. There you go. Now it's rejected. It's refusing us to get in the computer. But before it was open. Now you should see the SSH connection is rejected. Next one, on Ubuntu SSH target, run this command. SSH target. Run this command. Okay. After running that command, we're gonna do a flush chain, deleting all rows. Okay. On Ubuntu SSH target, gonna use this command. And Ubuntu SSH target. Run this one. Okay, that went through. All the rows in input chain should be gone. Okay. And then now we're flushing all chain. On Ubuntu SSH target, we're gonna run the ipTables. Okay, let's go to SSH target. Run that one. Okay, that one's done. And then that's it. The flushing single chains is deleting all the stuff that we did. Okay, so what's the difference between the ipSense and ipTable? The ipSense can serve not only the firewall for the whole network, but also DHCP server router, the virtual private network gateway, and more of it provides a comprehensive network solution with a web-based interface for management. The ipTables, on the other hand, is specifically designed for managing a single host network traffic. It operates all the command line levels and focuses solely on firewalls functionality for that particular machine. And that concludes our lab. We tried everything and it works really well. And it tells you there's a connection between the two firewalls and the different commands that we use to connect and disconnect each other. Okay, well, my name is Sarah. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you. Please leave a comment. Feel free to leave a comment and I'll get back to you. Have a good day.